Okay, we are back for another Australian Collectors Chat. It's been a few weeks, but we are back. We've got episode 21 called Fantastic Prices and Where Not to Find Them. So you can obviously, sort of gauge an idea of what this chat's going to be about. With me again, as always, Rob. It's good to see you again, Rob.
Nice to see you too, Ryan. How's your week been?
Not too bad, yeah. It's been a pretty decent week, actually. Yeah, just working and all that fun stuff. And also was yesterday went to my local comic book store and they were having a 20% off sale. I managed to grab some nice graphic novels.
Yes,
So,
yes.
Actually, I'll show you. I could show you quickly what I got. Actually,
no problem.
Just they're pretty thick ones as well. Got the Batman Eternal stuff.
Oh, nice, excellent. Nice
So
pickups.
Volume 2 and Volume 3.
Nice pickups. Yeah, so it's coming up to Black Friday, and we're going to get all the sales. I think some of them have already started.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of nice, interesting pickups over the next week or so. I have got my eye on a few bits and pieces scattered around the globe. We'll see how we go, and we'll see if the companies make good on their promises in terms of what they're going to discount the pieces and bits and pieces that I'm after at. So, yeah, looking forward to next week. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting.
It should. And I guess while we're here, we'll kick it off with one of the big topics in the collecting community, and then we'll talk a little bit more about some other stuff later on down the line of this episode. But we'll start off now with one, which is sort of linked into the title. Fantastic prices and where not to find them. That might be Sideshow right now. I got a message this morning from Rob, and it showed me the price of the Deadpool premium format, the brand new one, the one where he's sort of like, whatever he's doing. I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll pull it up.
I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, he's doing something extravagant, that's for sure.
Exactly, and what I'll do is I'll pull it up now. I will pull up the whole thing here, and you guys can have a look and look at this glorious, and here we go. So we'll just load this Deadpool. Oh, and here we are. So here we are. Can you see this, Rob? Hang on. Can you see it, Rob? Hang on. I think we're having some technical difficulties, guys, at the moment. Well, while I'm here anyway, I'll show you. So basically, what's been happening is, Sideshow have been putting up the prices, of course. That's basically, we've all known this. If you're a collector, you know this. It's the general thing. And this morning, I woke up to a message from Rob saying, have you checked the price on premium format, the brand new one? And so, crazy enough, I just thought, yeah, why not? And here it is, $699.99, so $700 USD. That is crazy. I mean, come on, that is nuts. It's a lot of money for, it looks like a nice piece. You never know. You don't know with Sideshow with the quality control and stuff, and you'd think to yourself, well, the quality control better be freaking shit hot if that's the case, because it's got to be for this price. This will be putting Australian collectors well over the $1,000 mark, I reckon, for this quite easily. And then you've got to pay shipping and everything. It's a lot of money on that statue. And you go back and you look back at something like Michael Keaton premium format, or even if you think of like Rob's Sentinel for example, which is a huge piece that's over £1,000, but you think about that compared to this, you start to go, why would I pay all this money for this? And it, like I said, it's not to say it's not a nice piece, but I think we can all agree it's not 700 USD. You know, it's not worth that much, and I think it's going to put off a lot of collectors. When it comes to this, it's just going to be something that's yeah, it's definitely going to put a lot of people off. You know, and there's no edition size. It says limited edition, but you know, no exact yet, so we don't get, obviously it may be super limited, I don't know. Yeah, it's a very strange thing to put it up for this price anyway. You know, it's a little bit bizarre. Yeah, very bizarre. So hopefully it doesn't, or I don't think they're going to change it, but you never know with Sideshow, you know. So I mean, if I just, what I'll do is I'll unshare all of this now. Okay, for Rob to get back, but well, I'm here anyway. You know, Sideshow, I've had a habit of increasing the prices a little bit too much. A large, like, it's like with the 1/6 figures, right? The 1/6 figures are nowhere near as good as the Hot Toys or other companies like Blitzway, Enter Bay. The list goes on, but they're putting the prices up for way more, you know. And for a lot of collectors, that's quite hard to do. You know, not a lot of people can afford that, and especially your quality's got to be good. Sorts of prices, you know. So you just gotta, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think it's a good start for Sideshow at the moment, especially like I said, when they can't guarantee, well, good quality figures. It's something that, you know, you can't just go and start charging ridiculous prices for stuff. It's just normal, you know. And yeah, it's just it's not a good thing to do, really. But yeah, I really, like I said, we'll get Rob's thoughts hopefully when he gets back. Reduce this band, it might be a little less quality for you guys, but it might be better for the connection for Rob. Hopefully he jumps back in. But yeah, like I say, for people, I don't know if people are going to be put off by this Deadpool price now. It is a little ridiculous and a little probably too much for the average collector. And like I said, I've got the first Deadpool down here, and I don't remember it being, well, it was nowhere near that price. And market, you know, well, it was about 700, 800 AUD on secondhand market. This is 700 USD. So this is expensive. So this is going to be no less than £1,000 on the secondhand market, which is a scary thought. And you know, it's gonna, I don't know, it's gonna make or break people with Sideshow, I think, you know. And like I said, Sideshow, you can't just keep putting up the prices and not improving your quality. It's just not going to work, you know. And people, they're not going to buy, you know. But I noticed lately with a few of the Star Wars stuff, they started upping the quality, but they're only in the prototype stage at the moment, and then you've also got to deliver on the final product, which is something Sideshow are known to do, which is give you a prototype that looks amazing, and then the final product doesn't come out looking like that, and a lot of people get pissed off about it going to XM, because it's like Rob said with XM, regardless whether you like them or not, what you're looking at in the prototype is generally pretty close to what you get with the final product. and that's what people want. You know, especially when you're paying that sort of money, you want a good price. You know, you want quality with the price. You know, so yeah, it's a funny time. I don't get why, like I say, and why Deadpool of all of them as well. I mean, I know the popularity for Deadpool is going up, but just go, hey, Deadpool, we'll put him up for 700, and there you go. You know, it's an odd thing to do, but yeah, it's a bizarre choice for Sideshow, and it's something they better come out looking good. That's all I can say. But yeah, so hopefully Rob can get back into the chat, guys. I don't know what's going on. The connection must be being a bit weird today. It'd be typical. The day that we do the chat, the internet decides to go ape shit. So, but yeah, so I'll just see with Rob what's going on. Hopefully he can join back and connect. Just put out another invite for him. And Rob. But yeah, that's it. That'll be interesting to get your guys' thoughts. The premium format Deadpool. That would be it would be interesting to get your thoughts on that and prices. Will you buying it before and will you buy it now? That would be an interesting one to have to find out, you know, about certain collectors and that, because like I say, a lot of people, it's going to piss a lot of people off. There's no doubt about that. People aren't going to like that at all. It's just, you know, Sideshow as usual. I mean, their prices are going up. I mean, I'll tell you what, while we're here, we can have a look. So let's see how big it is. Just a second. So it's just a second. So right now, so it says it's 24 inches high and 22 inches wide. I imagine that'll be with this. And then it's 6.35 kilograms. Decent weight, but yeah, it's a bit of an odd choice on Sideshow's part to go through with that. I mean, if we go and compare it to some of the other stuff from Sideshow, if it loads, I'll try and get it to load now. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, look at this. I'm pretty sure this is Studios. I think. Prime One Studios. So I'll see how tall this is. It's 27 inches tall. That's pretty tall. As you say, Prime One, which is limited to 350, is 935 USD. Now that's expensive, but will the Deadpool be that limited? That's what we got to find out. Because you know that I think that'll pay the price for it or not. You know, it's not particularly that it's just not a good price. I don't think. I think a lot of collectors will put up with that. Yeah, just trying to load this. Internet is very slow today, guys. And oh, here we go. So premium formats. There's some other premium formats. We'll see how that goes. And I don't know what's going on with the internet though, guys. I think Rob's connecting. So you've got your Freddy Krueger premium format that's $469, so that's $200 cheaper. And that's where it starts to get a little bit weird. You've got Groot, right? Think of the detail that goes into Groot. And that is 600 and Deadpool is 700. How the hell does that work when you know that this is going to dwarf Deadpool? It's going to have more detail than Deadpool. It doesn't make much sense to me. I imagine to Rob as well, if Rob was here. I don't know what's trying to find out what's going on. So yeah, you know, it's a little bit weird that it's at the moment anyway. I mean, if you just look at the prices, I mean, like I said, a lot of them are expensive anyway. But to say this is pretty, yeah, it's not great. I will be totally honest. Like I said, it's just the price changes or the quality is updated. I don't know. But yeah, it's a little bit weird because that's what they're doing at the moment. And let's go down. We'll have another look. Hey, so he's got a Leatherface again. Is 500. Django Fett, which is a bigger base, is 500. A lot here. And it's a bit of an out of place point for me. I don't really get. I don't really get it at all. You know, it's a bit baffling to me. Like I said, Batman 500, Darth Maul 520. It's very, very strange. I mean, that's there. You got something that's decently sized with light up features in it there, which is pretty sure it's got light up features anyway. The armored Batman, and it's 525. I mean, yeah, you just start to think to yourself like, where are they pulling these prices from? I mean, that's 500 now. I wouldn't buy that fucking shit at all. The Heath Ledger, not a big fan of that at all. But yeah, it's weird. I mean, you think the Green Goblin, it's got that wicked base and detailing on this, and that's 520. It just really does confuse the hell out of me. But yeah, some, I say, very, very strange prices. And hopefully something gets changed in the future, because it's gonna piss a lot of people off, you know. Just stop presenting. And yeah, so I'm back. But yeah, so it's a bit of a weird one. Don't really get why Sideshow are doing it. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. And especially, like you say, you look at all the other ones out there, they're bigger, got more going on with them, and they're cheaper. So I don't know, maybe it's the ES that they're going to go for, the edition size. But it's still an odd choice, I think, especially when you had a Deadpool before that sold out like hotcakes. You'd think we want to do more, but Sideshow are up to whatever they're up to. Just not too sure what's going on now, guys. Just bear with me for a second. Seems like the internet shit itself. Oh, hang on. Here he is. Rob's back. Looks of it. Hey, Rob.
Hello, Ryan.
What happened, man?
I think. Hello, are we back?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, I certainly can.
No worries. So what happened, Rob? Did you just disconnect?
I don't know. There's something's going on my end. Can you still hear me and see me?
Yeah, I can hear you and pretty much see you.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. Google Plus is just doing its usual thing. I just got kicked out and wouldn't let me back in. I'll see how we go. Sorry about that.
On this screen.
Maybe it might be the Sideshow gremlins. They're coming to get us, Ryan.
Maybe they're coming after a Sideshow. They're just SWAT team coming through the window in a second.
Yes.
But yeah, I've just been speaking about it just now while you were gone, Rob, about the prices on the Deadpool. I think they've heard mine now. But what's your thoughts on the Deadpool?
Initially, when I saw the price go up, the first thought that went through my mind was, when you talked about or alluded to it already, was the Gordon Gekko held a paper speech from the film Wall Street, which is the greed is good speech, which is, you know, synonymous with pop culture. That's the first thing that went through my head, and you know, Sideshow will try and justify the price any which way they can. And it was interesting because I did see on Statue Forum, I think it came out of Facebook, but certainly was posted on Statue Forum, a industrious collector had written to Sideshow asking them about the pricing on that piece and why it was so expensive and the reasons behind it. And as you would expect, I mean, you would expect sort of Sideshow to ignore it or to send a sort of traditional form letter and offer the usual sort of excuses. But to his credit, the CEO of Sideshow, Greg, and I've forgotten his name, Anna Lazzoni or whatever his name is, he replied back to this guy, and he posted the reply on Statue Forum. And it was a reply that was full of fluff. So it was, you know, 100 points Sideshow for actually taking the time to reply, or for the CEO to reply, but, you know, minus several million points for replying with answers that meant nothing. I mean, you might as well have wiped your backside with that kind of reply, because no concrete issues or reasons were given. There was no justification given for the massive price, other than the usual sort of BS and spin that you get out of any Sideshow customer service representative. So that led me to think of another thing. And so I alluded to Wall Street before, and Michael Douglas playing Gordon Gekko, and the greed is good speech. And when I read that reply given by the CEO of Sideshow, I thought of a film that his father made, Kirk Douglas. Maybe not so well known, not as well known as Wall Street, but still just as powerful and just as good as Wall Street. And that's a film called Ace in the Hole, and it's about Kirk Douglas, who's a reporter from the big city, and he goes to a small country town, and he basically, again, like Gordon Gekko from Wall Street, is a very unscrupulous character and turns what should be a very minor incident into, he blows it out of all proportion through his writing in this little local newspaper and turns it into a national tabloid event kind of thing. And but again, he's doing it through a lot of bluster and spin and BS, which is exactly what the CEO at Sideshow was feeding this guy, a lot of bluster, spin and BS. So those were my initial thoughts. It's way too expensive for me to pick that piece up. $700 US is crazy. I mean, once you factor in currency conversion for sort of us and people in Canada and even people in Europe, well, for us, we're looking at what, 700 US and then 30% on top of that straight away. So it's roughly a 950 Australian dollar piece before shipping. With shipping on top, probably I reckon it would be another $150 to get it shipped here, US. So that's another $200 to get it shipped here. So you're looking at, what are we up to, $1,150? And if the government in Australia has its way, in 6 months' time, 7 months' time, when the next budget gets passed here, we're going to have laws that clamp down on our, tax-free threshold in terms of what we can import. So by then, by the time this piece gets delivered to us, we might be paying GST on top of it. So what are we, 10% GST on top of that? So if we're at $1,150, add another 10% on top of that. So we're looking at, could be a $1,300 piece direct from Sideshow.
Ouch.
No thanks. My mortgage is a lot less than that. So no, Sideshow can keep it for that much. When sort of pieces start costing more than a mortgage repayment, something's really out of whack. Something's going on that shouldn't be happening, and I don't know how either hardcore long-time collectors like yourself and the other gentlemen that frequent the chat occasionally, people who might be watching, or even the casual consumer, can pay those kinds of prices. Even if it's a one-off purchase, I find that to be $700 for a one-off purchase plus shipping. Even if you're in the United States, that's and you've seen. I mean, I don't know how much you've read in regards to that on Facebook or forums. I mean, I've followed the threads on Statue Forum and Sideshow Freaks, and the debate has been very heated and fairly negative.
Yeah, no, you can understand. I mean, you go back. I mean, cast your mind back. Oh God, 5 years ago, you wouldn't have been paying this.
No,
that would be like this. I can be a legendary scale or some shit like that,
Yes, I've actually got a little something aside to that sort of, I guess, indirectly relates. I have, I got a little email the other day from Big Bad Toy Store in the United States. A piece that I've pre-ordered has come in, and obviously they want me to pay for it and ship it and blah blah blah, all the rest of it. So I jumped onto my account and had a look at it, and it's a Gentle Giant piece. It's a 1/6 scale Sand Trooper, Okay, not a bust, but it's the full statue. Okay, and the cost of that is $250 for the statue, and they want, I think it's about $85 US to ship it here. So they're US prices. So 250 plus A is like 330 US. After you do the currency conversion on that, it's like over $400. That's for a 1/6 scale statue. I got from Big Bad Toy Store let me just see if I can grab one quickly as an illustration. That's the original, I don't know how well it's coming through. That's the original Gentle Giant Stormtrooper that they put out. This was in 2010. This got released, and it's got multiple switch out arms on both sides, like 3 arms, 3 left, 3 right. It's got multiple heads and sort of multiple neck pieces, so you can adjust the head to whichever way you want to go, and multiple rifles and things like that. I've got another one that's in a totally different pose with a big long rifle, the rifle that they carry in the first film. Anyway, that piece there 5 years ago, so that's the original Stormtrooper. The one I've got on order is the Sand Trooper, which is essentially the same thing, same sort of base. It's got a round base with a little bit of sand detail on the bottom, and he's got the backpack on, and he's carrying one of the larger rifles from the first film. Anyway, that piece there was, I had a look on my account because I got it from Big Bad Toy Store, was $150, I think. And I got 2 of them at the time, 2 of them, ES of $1,500, and the shipping for both of them was $90 for 2 of them. So back. So 5 years ago, essentially the same piece was $150, $140, $150, and the shipping was about half of what they want to charge me now. So I don't know. I thought that was interesting. I don't know what it means in terms of the Deadpool. Maybe it means that Sideshow is right and everything's gone up such a point that they have to charge $700. I mean, it's just a matter of, am I going to pay it? Is anyone going to pay it? I mean, I don't think I'll be paying it.
With Sideshow though, it's a general thing with them, right? Here's an example. Go to your 1/6 scale figures. I just mentioned earlier when you disconnected. Sideshow 1/6 scale figures now cost more than Hot Toys, Blitzway, Enterbay, right? Why? They're nowhere near as good quality. It's not even like they're factoring in quality. They're charging you more. It was like the biggest offender of this was Skywalker Pilot, right, from Sideshow. Came with the figure, helmet, and I'm pretty sure that was it. And I think the exclusive was come with ungloved hands or some random shit like that, right? It was something really pathetic like that. Like over $300, right? These that come out with and shit all over them for head sculpts, and the quality is a lot better than what Sideshow have been pushing out. I mean, people were getting the Sideshow 1/6 scale Jango Fett with 2 of the same feet on both legs. That's how bad it was. And comparing Hasbro figures to them, and the Hasbro had better weathering and all this shit. You start to panic. Sky high prices for them, you know. So I think they've got to, what they've got to do. They've got to prove that they can deliver the quality before people will pay the high prices, you know.
Yes.
And if you like, you've got the first Deadpool, let's say I got the first Deadpool premium format. Now, if you've got that, you're not going to want to buy the new one, are you? Let's face it.
No.
For that, especially for price. And on the second-hand market, this is probably as expensive as that is at retail. You just start to go.
Yes.
It's a very choice from Sideshow, and it's like I compared earlier. Jango Fett, which is a huge piece. You've got all these other pieces that are bigger, way bigger than this. The Groot, another example. The Sideshow premium format Groot is about 500 USD. 700 USD. thinking to yourself, why? That's freaking huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we touched on that last time. The sideshow Rocket and Groot is, I don't know, what is it all up? It must be close to 900 US, and you can get the Gentle Giant, which is like a 21 or 22 inch statue. It's not quite quarter scale, but it's not far off. And it's like you can pick that up for $350. That's, you know, $400. Yeah. It's yes, it's very strange, very strange. Anyway, I mean, realistically, all we can really do as consumers is, you know, speak with your wallet. That's it. You either pay the piper and you get the piece, or you keep your wallet shut and you spend your money elsewhere. Because that's, at the end of the day, all the whinging and complaining and carrying on and writing letters to Sideshow and everything else, posting on forums and Facebook really won't accomplish much other than venting. The only way to really make a difference, if you don't like what they're charging, is not pay it. And that's, at the end of the day, that's all you can do. So
that's it. That's the way you do it, you know. And we said this before, you know, you have the people that complain and then still buy the pieces. Then the Sideshow aren't learning, and they just go, well, they'll buy it anyway.
That's right. Yeah. We'll see. I guess we'll see what the ES is on it down the road. I mean, it'll probably be. I don't think it'll be colossal like Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman colossal, but I don't think it'll be small either. Even at that price tag, I don't think it'll be small. It'll probably sort of a mid-range ES. I'm guessing, speculating. I think that price tag will probably keep the ES down a little, but I mean, again, you can see. I mean, my concern with that piece would be, and it's what you alluded to earlier, is that can Sideshow deliver the quality on that piece? I mean, I look at how, you know, the sort of dynamics of that piece and the engineering of it, and that's always going to be the big question with them, isn't it? Can they deliver the quality that matches that price tag? I mean, and I cast my mind back to Comic-Con, where they had the prototype, San Diego Comic-Con, where they had the prototype on show, and we looked at a photo, I think a week after Comic-Con had finished, and it was taken on the Sunday of that piece, and the blade with the grenade, exploding grenade on it, the blade had bent like a banana, just sitting there for the couple of days as it was at Comic-Con. Now, you know, that's their prototype. And I think I've got a picture of it later. We'll have a quick look at it again. But again, you know, that's their prototype. The blade was bent like a banana after 2 days at Comic-Con. I mean, who knows what the production piece is going to do. I guess we won't know at this stage. And, you know, Sideshow got all sorts of issues in terms of leaning pieces. So, again, we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see.
Good topic anyway for today. I've got the Hot Toys of Just pictures for their Rogue One stuff.
Oh, nice.
Whoa. They are fantastic. Shall I pull them up now? Do you want to have a look?
Yeah, throw them up. Absolutely, I haven't seen them.
We'll just hope to God that the
yes, Google Plus again doesn't have a meltdown.
Yep. So what I'll do.
So it's prone to having a bit of a meltdown.
Very. So I'm going to share this now. So you just, there we are. Can you see that, Rob?
Yes, I certainly can. Oh, wow.
So this is a Hot Toys display. I think it's a secret base one, or it might be at a convention anyway.
Yeah.
So it's Donnie Yen. Red sculpts, a fantastic. I mean, here's a Stormtroopers with Darth Vader. If you can see that.
Yes, I mean, that's great.
People are going to go nuts. I mean, obviously,
you're going to buy all those troopers.
Yep, and can you see this here? Hey.
Oh yeah. I have seen a couple of them in pictures before. I think I've seen the lady, what's her name, Jin, and I think I saw a couple of others, but I haven't seen any of this. Yeah. That's all new to me. See that sand trooper on the right? See that sand trooper on the right? That's the General Giant piece I'm getting. Yeah, that.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
Very nice. That'll be nice. If I go forward, I always like.
We'll see.
I've actually even said as well, I haven't bought much Star Wars stuff in recent years, but if the Rogue One's good, I'm going to be getting these. No doubt. I'll be jumping on the Rogue One bandwagon. No, I'm excited. They also did this one, and it's a really unique exclusive, right? My dad, because he used to work when we were back in the UK years and years ago, which was before I was born. He used to work, he used to work on a factory, the Dalton figures.
Oh yeah.
Well, my dad used to work on one of these factories, and we've been calling this the Dalton's Stormtrooper because it looks like one of those older ones, and it's a really weird-looking piece, but there's something nice about it, you know. You just, I don't know, it was nice. But obviously, so you can see all this stuff here. I mean, I'll just look at this set, man. It's just. Got Donnie Yen in the middle here, and then all these Stormtroopers getting their asses kicked. It's just glorious, you know. See if we've got any close-ups, because we need close-ups. Well, I don't know if that's coming out, Rob, or not.
Jesus,
looks nice. It's all lit up.
Reminds me of that Millennium Falcon. Who did that Millennium Falcon? Was it Master Replicas? Was it?
I think it was, yeah.
With the, you could get it either like a mirrored base, or you could get, I think, like a rocky asteroid type base on it. No, they're still doing that TIE fighter, like a 1/6 TIE fighter.
You know, I don't know. I said they keep bringing it back and bringing it back. But I'm wondering if they're going to do like a bit like the Bat, because the Bat, remember the Bat?
Yes.
They had to scale that down.
That's like 1/12 or something,
so
isn't
maybe,
it?
Yeah, like I said, I think a 1/6 TIE fighter would be a little bit too big for the average collector. But if they scale it down maybe to 1/12, which is huge still, I reckon that would be a perfect size for everyone. I think people would probably appreciate.
I still want them to bring out that 1/6 Millennium Falcon that they did. I'm still waiting on that.
Well, we're still waiting on the diorama with the cockpit one.
Yes, yes.
That one, so we're still waiting on that. I don't think the full one will ever happen, but that would be a little big. The Cos babies in here. They're Rogue One. Yeah. And they've got the bloody Christmas tree up already.
Yes. It's that time of year, isn't it? Getting close.
It is. It's getting close. I know. It's crazy. But so all of these, you got the Cos baby bags here by the looks of it. We're just seeing if there's any more pictures, because there were some close-ups before. Really good close-ups. Going through all these people.
Saying I got room for a 1/6 TIE fighter.
I'm sure he does, you know. he would hold off just for that. I don't blame him.
What about the Falcon? 1/6 Falcon.
Oh man.
Make room for it.
I want that one. That 1/6 Falcon was freaking huge. Like if you saw it, and that's it. You have to hold a 1/6 scale figure in your hand.
Oh, I've got a garage. I've got a big garage. I'm sure I can find some space in my garage for it. Piss the car off. Get it in there.
Yeah, we'll try it in. Have to try. I'll see if there's any more close-up pics, because there was some really Well, that's that Dalton Figures stormtrooper there. You can see. I don't know. This is weird, but it's something groovy about it. I just think it looks fantastic. You know, I think it's a standalone stormtrooper, like just special edition. It's pretty good. Quite nice.
I agree, Darth Pooch. Piss the car off. Get the Falcon in there.
Yep. That would be good.
First. Absolutely.
Oh, Falcon would be a stellar piece. But oh, here we go. There's some close-ups of the head sculpts here, and there was better ones earlier, but fantastic. They've nailed Jyn Erso. Freaking nailed it. Same again, and then I'm not sure that character's name. If there's anyone that knows this character's name, let us know. But they've freaking nailed the head sculpts across the board. Hot Toys on point. This is, you know, what they're known for. This quality, you know, phenomenal. And I'll tell you what, you'd get all of them in a heartbeat, no issues whatsoever. Rogue One, I'm fucking ready for Rogue One. I tell you, if the movie is absolutely fucking good or even half decent, these figures are going in my collection just because of how fucking amazing
I think it'll be. I think it'll be half decent. I think it'll be half decent. Right. So get your order in. I'd like to see them.
I think that I'm going any photos here. I'll have a look just for photo wise, but if I can't get any photos on this, what I'll do is I'll find the pictures for you guys and I'll post them on the Australian Collectors Chat Facebook page so you can have a better look. But they have all of them, but there were some really, really good photographs, and they were really, really close up, really fantastic pictures of the sculpts. It doesn't look like they're here. I got all these weird custom stuff here from.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing what Vader does in Rogue One. How much screen time he gets? Is he going to get a Luke Skywalker like amount of screen time, or is he going to get something a little bit more than that? I wonder. And I think they've got James Earl Jones coming back to do the voice. It'll be interesting to see what he sounds like. Supposedly he's done the voice on, is it Rebels? I don't know. I haven't watched it, but I've read somewhere that he has done Vader's voice on a couple of Rebel episodes, but I haven't heard it, so I have no idea what he sounds like, as he is. God, James Earl Jones must be bloody 85 years old now, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he sounds like as well.
It'll be very interesting. I mean, honestly, myself, I don't see him having a great deal of screen time just because.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't have to. But I think he'll have enough. I mean, I think he's going to fucking choke Krennic. I think Krennic's going to get it.
Oh, yeah, I'd say that's
going to get paid.
Yes.
Because he's the same actor. Remember, he's like, oh, go have power over me. And then, like, snaps his neck. And maybe Vader's just like,
I don't think it's too hard to work that out. That's something. Seeing that you can't have him really turn up in, well, he's not going to turn up in episode 4, is he? So, unless they CGI him in the background somewhere.
Yeah. Special edition coming soon. Krennic edition.
Yes, exactly. The George Lucas special edition with added Krennic. Yes, something like that. Darth Pooch is saying yes, he did do Vader's voice on Rebels.
He did.
Okay, so what did he sound like? Did he sound like a broken down old man, or did he sound half decent? Don't be silly. Oh, come on. That's why we're here, isn't it? To be silly? Must be. Anyway, no, they look really good, Ryan. They look excellent. I look forward to seeing them in your collection.
Oh, I am too. I tell you, I'm looking at
Have they
these
put
and
out a
going,
price point on those?
no price, but it's a bit earlier. I would imagine maybe Donnie Yen. The Stormtroopers have been pretty decently priced. I mean, we've got the Hot Toys one. I may do a video on that. It's one of the family members. And they got it. They just wanted to get. They couldn't help themselves. But yeah, I might do a video for it or something like that. But I reckon they'll be decently priced. Maybe around the 300 price point, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I think it also depends on what the exchange rate is by the time they come out as well.
Well, it'll be interesting as you know, how much did Sideshow charge for that Kylo Ren premium format? Was it $550 or something like that?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, bloody expensive. So I don't know. Maybe they'll have the added Star Wars tax to them. Darth Pooch wants us to talk more about John Wick 2. Ryan, that's
John Wick 2. Oh, right. Well, John Wick 2, bloody hell. Hey, I'm fucking pumped for this film. It's going to be fantastic. Especially seeing the trailers, the first trailer and that. I just look at this film and I'm like, this film's going to be fucking amazing no matter what. It must be good. There must be some confidence behind it because the Deadpool 2 is being directed by John Wick's director, right?
Oh, okay, yeah.
So there's a level of confidence behind this director, which obviously says they must have. I imagine someone's looked at the work and gone, "Yeah, fucking hire him."
Yeah.
The action sequences will be good, but yeah, John Wick 2. I'm pretty confident it's going to be a pretty good film. Got a good cast in there. It doesn't look like they're treading over the same old ground. Like he's not like his goldfish has been murdered this time or something like that. They are going with the character.
It's got Fat Morpheus in it as well, doesn't it?
I know, it's like a Matrix reunion now, isn't it?
Yes. As long as they're not as shitty as Matrix 2 and 3, we'll have a winner.
Hopefully, I imagine it'll be a good film. Plus, I remember them talking to Keanu, and he said, and this was back when they did the first film, and he said we won't do a second one unless one, it does well, and two, it warrants the story. Like if we have a story to tell. And from what I've heard,
he's not known for doing sequels. Keanu, to his credit, he's not known for doing sequels. So maybe they've come up with something that he feels is half decent. I mean, he didn't make Speed 2, thankfully, which was a load of cobblers. Though he did jump on board Matrix 2 and 3, but what can you say about that? But anyway, I'm looking forward to it as well. I was really John Wick 1 is fan-bloody-tastic. That's a sleeper. If ever there's a definition of a sleeper, that's a sleeper film. If anyone hasn't seen it, go and watch. I mean, surely everyone's seen John Wick by now. Go and watch it. It's a cracking flick.
It's like I said, I've got him. Actually, Mr. Pooch Magoo will appreciate this. I got him here, Mr. Wick.
There he is, the man himself.
The man himself. I can't wait. It's going to be...
Yeah, Keanu's an old man now. He's old. He's not young anymore. When did Speed come out?
He is that old.
I remember going and watching Speed when that came out in the theatres, and that was like, shit, must have been the early 90s. That tells you how old I am. I'm not that old, but thank God. But yeah, he's old.
50 isn't that old nowadays, does it? To be honest.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. He's an old man who kicks ass, which is all you need to know about.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't see him as like an old man. Like I've never looked at 50 as an age and gone, that's an old man. He's more just middle-aged, but I think he's, like I said, he's in great nick regardless. But you know, when he is old though, when he's like 70, he will look 50. Like that's pretty much what he will do. He's just he's
got
like
good genes,
20. He does, yeah. But I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get John Wick out of him while he's still young enough to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Because 10 years will go pretty quick. And then he'll be playing like old man roles from then on. Like John Wick apprentice. Be like training the next generation.
Yes, he'll be mentoring all the young Wick wannabes.
Yeah, he's Joe Wick. He'll be training his son, sending him out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Ryan, quick, get all this down. Come on, this is gold. This is gold, man. Get this down.
What's this?
You've got John Wick, you know, all these ideas you're just pumping out here. Get all these ideas down. Write them down. Get them off to the producers.
Yep.
Sitting on a gold mine.
That's it. Where are you seeing all Alex's comments? Because I'm trying to figure out how to find them.
If you go to the go to YouTube and watch the chat on YouTube, you'll see all his comments on the right-hand side. He just wrote, "I noticed Ryan reached down to grab his wick. I've told him before, front row center. He likes to grab his wick. He's a red-blooded male. What do you expect?"
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Alex. It's gonna. We'll. I promise you. When the collection's all done, he's gonna get bollocks set up. I guarantee you. He's a top bloke. But yeah, it's but I'm pumped for John Wick for sure. You know.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
got anything else to show us, Ryan? Or should I throw some pictures up?
I'm just trying to. Sorry, hang on. Just trying. Internet slow as hell.
No problem.
Hang on. Right. It's my camera froze.
Yeah, you're a bit still at the moment.
Still here. Yeah.
I can hear you fine. I'm sure the camera will catch up shortly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder with John Wick coming with #2 coming out, if anyone's going to pick up like a quarter scale license, either doing like a figure or statues based on him.
Well, that would be cool if they did that. You know, it would be a pretty.
Get Blitzway to do it. If they did a quarter scale John Wick, we'd be all over it. In the mold of Van Marilyn and the Rocky.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Just
there
touching up now, I think.
Back to the land of the living.
I've had to just break. We are winning, right? Yeah, being a bit Tasmanian at the moment. So
it is. Do you want me to throw some pictures up?
Sure. Have you got some good ones?
Yeah, not many. A couple. We'll go through them quick.
That's good.
Right,
better you than me at the moment.
Where are we? Can we get this to work or not? That's the. Nothing else seems to be working today, does it? So let's see if we can get this to work.
Yeah.
Okay, and there we go. All right, can you see the man himself?
Yep. I'll do it. I'll present you now to the screen. Present. Give it a second.
Yeah, it is a bit slow today, isn't it?
There we go. Oh, Michael Douglas, here he is.
How the hell did he get in there? How did he get in there? I wonder. There we go. The point, ladies and gentlemen, is that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Have we just got Sideshow's new motto? I don't know. What do they say? Collect like you give a damn. They should just change their motto to that. Greed, for lack of a better word, is good. And here he is. Here's the man of the moment, or the statue of the moment that everyone's going off about. Anyway, coming back to Deadpool, like I said, my big issue with him is probably the leaning of parts like this here, the bullet trace coming out of his rifle. Look at the tiny little bit of resin in there. Man, that's like prone to lean. The rocket that's going around his body, the sword, I think, which is next. I mean, I hope they have a big, long, stiff rod going up through that, base, leg, up and through his hip into his body, or else, I mean, who knows what's going to happen there in the future. And this was the sword I talked about earlier. You can't see it in the other one, but you can see down here how it's already. I don't think this is the same shot. The same shot was even worse, but you can see already this is starting to go over due to the weight. I can't remember exactly what they said afterwards, but trying to recollect, I think Sideshow said at the time this was made out of polystone and resin.
Right.
And they were going to do, for the production piece, obviously, I think they were going to change it to just like a straight up plastic, lightweight plastic, so you didn't get this happening. But again, that's just evidence of what's going on with that piece before it's even happened. So
yeah.
Anyway, we'll see.
Looks like it could have a lot of problems.
Yes.
A lot of problems for that price. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, $700. It's you got to you take your chances, don't you? Paying that kind of money without seeing the final product first. That's a big gamble. Dropping that kind of money down, even just pre-ordering and paying the NRD, and then hoping it's all going to turn out.
Yeah.
As Sideshows say it's going to turn out. Anyway, let's move on. This is the Iron Studios 10th scale Doc Ock comic version, which I like him. I wish someone would hurry up and do a quarter scale Doc Ock, because I want one in my collection. XM keeps threatening to do one, and they put out, proto must be at least a year ago, showed some prototype pictures, but we haven't seen anything since. Supposedly they're trying to work on his arms, because the XM one's a lot like this, where you've got Doc Ock balanced on two of his arms, and obviously that creates a lot of engineering issues. But I don't know, if you like sort of that smaller 1/10th line, this was also part of that. Hawkman, really nice for this is 1/10 as well, so it's pretty small. To get all that, pack that detail in there, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Again, Iron Studios, be wary. Remember what happened to their Spider-Man? I love this. That looks great.
Yeah, it does. Really, that wings look amazing.
Yeah, at that 1/10 as well. It's tiny. You got to pack that kind of detail.
So that's what you should have.
Yeah.
Quarter scale Sideshow stuff.
Yes, absolutely. And one more, the Punisher, again 1/10 scale.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
So they just, I think we just saw those over the last couple of days. Oh, this is interesting. This came off a statue forum in the wake of all the talk about Deadpool and $700 prices. Jerry Macaluso, the owner of Pop Culture Shock, came on and posted this in the forum, the PCS forum there, and basically talking about stuff like that. And he's said PCS has been growing at a crazy rate the past few years, and in some ways it's great, and in others I'm not enjoying it. I think we're going to slam on the brakes to get back to basics. We're going to keep the edition sizes low, reduce the amount of variance. We're also going to start assigning edition sizes to even the regulars. However, this will lead to slightly higher prices as we need to compensate for selling less pieces. It's important to me that our collectibles are collectibles, meaning I want to do what I can to see them not decrease in value and to increase in value. Thoughts? And then there was a big long discussion about it. And then he posted this. After there was a bit of a debate about that, he came back and said, I believe the high-end collectibles industry is in a bubble and it will burst in the next 48 months. So that's a fairly long time frame. We're talking 4 years. Too much stuff being made, too expensive. The cost is pretty much out of my control. That's China, and it keeps going up. Quotes I'm getting on new projects are through the roof, literally 50% higher than similar prices from 2 years ago. This is why we are getting back into action figures and exploring some untapped, new, yet to be announced licenses. I lived through the action figure bubble of 2006, so I saw it firsthand, and it's sent a lot of companies out of business. As for prices going up, he's talking about prices for individual pieces, $25 to $50 on average. So that's a boss of one of these companies talking about the industry being in a bubble. Too much stuff being made, too expensive. I totally agree with those 2 points. And then one more. This was the last one he posted. I have to go and check something. I'll be back in a sec, Ryan. Okay, I'll let you guys peruse. Okay. Pardon me. I'll adjust that. I'll let you peruse Jerry's answers.
Okay. So there we go. So Jerry has put, I'm actually curious. I know you have no personal interest in doing Nightwolf or Striker, but if you decided to change your mind and it is guaranteed to sell 50 to 100 ES, what exactly would be the cost roughly in quarter scale? Ballpark estimate. I'm wondering if this is, it's spelled double wrong. Even if the price goes up heavily, or double, whatever, I don't know what he's trying to say. Reasonable profits on a run of 50 1/4 scale statues would mean a retail price around 1,500 each, but that is typical $400 quality level, so they are still going to look like $400 statue, not 1,500 statue. And then it says, what about moving the production to other cheaper countries like Philippines or small Asian countries? I mean, this is not like building iPhone in that you have dependency on a huge supply chain for parts or need advanced machines. Everything is pretty much made in-house, self-contained, except maybe fabrics, but every country has seamstress. I know, including myself, has looked into moving out of China, but the numbers don't work. It would cost millions to train the workers. It's actually easier. There are most of that is automated, and what isn't automated is simply connecting parts. Every stage of a collectible is done by hand, and most of it is an art form, which is crazy amount of training. I agree. It's easy to just say, oh, well, ship in here and do this, that, and the other. Now, think about it. Sideshow have been sending their stuff off to cheaper factories, and this is the quality you've been getting, and then they've been bumping the prices up, probably because they're having to train people or not training them. I don't know, but
okay, back Ryan. Sorry about that.
I seem to. It's funny because the people saying about moving it to cheaper facilities and stuff, but it's like you say, you make up the costs in training, don't you? You know.
Yes.
And also then there's the quality, because like I say, Sideshow, they've given are putting it through factories that are cheaper now in China. Most of their shit is made in China. So, and the quality, look what the quality is coming out as. You know, they're having a lot of QC issues and things like that, and they're not, you know, if they do a small, I can understand Pop Culture Shock, because if they're a smaller company, they don't have the manpower. Smaller amounts is better for them because they can monitor those small amounts, and then they'll get less backlash. It's the cost, pay more. But you know, and that's what you're paying for. You know, I mean, it's like Hot Toys, right? Hot Toys nowhere near as bad QC as say Sideshow, but there have been occasions since they've gone into bigger ES scales where some figures have come damaged in the box, or certain things aren't working, something's rubbed on it and come off, or something like that. That's rare stuff, but it happens more so now than it did go back about 5 years ago. Yeah. And working with a larger load, you know, there's more to watch, and if you can't manage that load, basically what he's saying is we can't manage the load we're doing right now, then the best thing for him to do to keep his company in a good space, in a good place, is drop that ES and concentrate on what he can do.
Well, yeah,
because I think at the end of the day, every combination
of that,
you would prefer quality.
Yeah, a combination of that and what he talked about earlier when he says sort of, you know, I think this here for me is the line that's most important out of everything. He's written too much stuff being made,
and that
too expensive. And you know,
how many people now are making Iron Man figures? You know, how many people?
Exactly.
You got Hot Toys, Sideshow, you got King Arts.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. You know, it's everyone's out there making. You know, if we're talking about statues, everyone's out there making, you know, quarter scale Marvel pieces, quarter scale Spider-Man pieces, quarter scale DC pieces, and it's you know, too much stuff being made. It's too expensive, and I mean, there'll have to at some point be some kind of correction in the market. That's unavoidable, isn't it? I mean, you keep only a finite amount of customers with a finite amount of money. It's not doesn't go on forever. Anyway, talking about one of those companies, this is the Prime Studios. You know all about this. Is that going to be on your to buy list? 1/3 scale. $1,000.
It's 1/3 scale, is it?
Yeah, it's 1/3 scale. I think. Pretty sure it is.
So they're not going with the
That's all sculpted as well. No mixed media on there. It's all sculpted.
Oh, maybe. I'd have to have a look at the final product. You know, whether it lives up to it. Like I say, I don't see why it shouldn't be at least half decent from Prime One. They generally do some pretty good pieces. So. But I may just get the Hot Toys of it if I get it, but that depends. I don't know. Like I say, it's prioritising my computer, you know.
And this one as well. This is the other one they showed, and again, that's all. I think it's all sculpt. I don't know about the jacket. I'm not sure about the jacket. The rest of it's all sculpt. T-shirts all sculpt. So I think that'll be a big seller. Yeah, again, 1/3 scale. Good. That was again Prime One Nightwing, $934 US. That's retailing for, so that'll give you an idea of what the Harley and the Deadshot's going to retail for, somewhere around there. So this went up for pre-order on Sideshow's website the other day. You know, part of their Arkham line, and they showed teasers for this. This is a quarter scale Wonder Woman, I guess.
Comic book one.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Not much there. And PCS again, Katana. That's a 1/3 scale piece, and that's $6.99, the same as the Deadpool. So.
Pretty good.
Interesting.
Very nice.
And let's go there. So they're backwards. Okay, so Prime One announced this as well. Batman: The Telltale series. So they're going to do more Batman from Prime One. They just seem to be pumping out the Batman all over the place, and so it's going to look something like that. That's the sort of arm of
I like that.
Yeah, it's not too
playing
bad,
the game.
Yeah, so
I played the first episode. I've just got to play some more, but
They announced that as well. And Sideshow showed this on. I first saw it on Statue Forum. The sort of this Avengers Assemble statue line where they showed this Iron Man and the next one, this Cap to go with it. They look all sculpted. And supposedly this is all 1/5 scale stuff. So it won't fit in with any quarter scale pieces or small. That's all 1/5 scale. And then obviously there's the Thor over here, looking a lot like the old premium format that they did, the first one, and the Hulk in there. So again, considering, I mean, what they charge, about $400 for those Masters of the Universe 1/5 scale pieces, they'll probably be around. They're charging $6.99 for Deadpool. These are probably around $400, $450, which is whoa for a 1/5 scale piece. These are production shots of the Captain Marvel. Supposedly this is what you're going to get out of the box. If you're interested, I'm not that interested. People have commented it looks a little bit more, a bit more of a matte finish in the blues and the reds than the prototype, and the hair is it's not as detailed and a slightly different colour. But I guess if people are getting that out of the box, then they'll probably have cause to be pretty happy. These are all production, or supposedly production pictures that Sideshow stuck up. And again, there's another one, the sort of the base, that leaning pose. Again, you want to hope there's a big, thick rod going up through that leg all the way into a body. That's the exclusive head on it. So, and XM showed us their Spider-Man. I think we might have looked at this before, but they showed some more work in progress pictures, or they had it actually, they had it printed and were showing it at one of the cons up in Asia somewhere, Shanghai, I think it might have been. Anyway, they were showing that, and that's it. We're back to Gordon Gekko. We're back where we begun. Greed is good. Remember, greed is good.
It is. Well,
here we go.
Just a second. I was trying to stop presenting. Right there. So, right, yeah. Is he still there? All good, Rob? Yeah.
Yep. Still says I'm presenting. Let's see if I can.
Still says you're presenting. Oh, it keeps doing this.
Still says I'm presenting.
Hang on, I'll do it. And right. Now it should stop.
All right, there we are. Yes, gone. That's it. Excellent.
Yeah, one last thing we could talk about, seems that it's sort of the theme of the title, just to finish off sort of the chat for this week. Seems that we've covered a lot of stuff. Is Fantastic Beasts. I saw it yesterday or last night.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I'm somebody that's never read the Harry Potter books, but I really enjoyed all of the films.
Oh, that's interesting. I've read all the books, but I'm not a huge fan of the films. I'm not a huge fan of the books. They're okay, but they're not. I don't think they're brilliant. But hey, they got a generation or two generations of kids to read books, and if they did that, that's a good thing. That's a positive.
Yeah, so, like that, and
that's excellent.
I hear nothing but. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I hear nothing but good about the Harry Potter books from what I've heard. I've just never read them, But I really enjoyed the films. Always thought they had a lot of heart. They were really good family films, and and when I heard about Fantastic Beasts, I can't say I was particularly mental about it, like some people were. Obviously, like the fans, the big fans, that were just like, yes, I've got to see this film, But it wasn't like that for me. But when I thought, I'll check it out when it comes out, Anyway, I went to watch it last night, and I really, really enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it. It was a really well put together film. One thing I liked about it though, and I think this is something as someone as a film fan like myself, like yourself as well, is you'll appreciate is it doesn't rely on Harry Potter to make it good. If you know what I'm saying, it stands on its own as a film. Like even if you, let's say, we went to.
I've read some reviews that people have talked about that it tends to, it might name check a few sort of Harry Potter-ish places and locations, but it doesn't lean too heavily on what's come before, which is a good.
It's really good that they did that, and I was really impressed by it. It sets its own tone as well as it's more of an adult film because it's based on adults, and it was just at first it takes its time to get going, but it makes when you get to a certain point in the film, all that pays off. If you know what I mean? It's sort of like character development and world building.
Character development is not a bad thing. That's a good thing.
And I think if you like that, I like a good character development and stuff. That's what made this film great. And the creatures, the beasts are real. There's some really funny ones, and there's some really cool designs. You know, J.K. Rowling, I think she's got a great imagination with all that sort of stuff. You know, these ideas that she just shits them out, and there you go. You know, like it's crazy, like the amount of imagination that goes into this world, but. She's done it, and it doesn't feel like it's constrained. I think because it's got I think it's like a 90-year gap from Harry Potter.
Yeah,
there's just so much you can build on, and I like it. I think that the main character, his name's Newt Scamander. It's a really weird name, but pretty funny. He's a great character. I thought, you know, he's a quirky character.
He's in the
quirks and stuff.
He's in the books. There's a. What's the book that he writes? He writes some book, and the kids read it later in some of the Harry Potter novels. I haven't read them all. I haven't read all the novels. It's been a while since I read them. But yeah, he writes this book. I think it is the name of the title of the film, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and the kids read it. In some of their classes at Hogwarts. Yeah, but no, it's one to check out.
Yeah,
my son enjoys. Some of the Harry Potter stuff. So yes, we'll check it out at some stage.
It was good. It's good. It was, like I said, they put all these characters. They all had something in common with one another. They were all sort of outcasts or frowned upon in their field, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And there was just some really great moments. I mean, there's a character called Jacob. If you've seen the trailers, he's the chubby guy with the mustache.
Yeah.
He's a really great character. I thought, you know, he sort of plays the part as the audience, so he's sort of gets plot explained to him. But what's kind of cool is his reactions to everything happening is like so genuine, like how you would act. It was just funny to watch, you know.
Speaking of trailers, as just to lead us out. Speaking of trailers, did you see the Ghost in the Shell trailer?
Yes, I did. Looks awesome.
Yes,
awesome.
I sort of saw that and it popped up, and I thought, ooh, The Matrix, ooh, Blade Runner. Oh. But the sort of Matrix appropriated a lot of the original animated stuff, so it's bound to sort of come full circle in a way and feed back on itself. But it looked interesting enough. I think the guy who's directing it. Go ahead.
Oh no, so go on. You go on about the director. Sorry.
The guy who's directing it, I think, from his other stuff, creates pretty pictures. He's I don't know about how much weight he's going to bring to it, but he certainly creates pretty pictures, and we've seen a lot of those pretty pictures in the trailer. So I'm cautiously optimistic. You could sort of put me in that camp at the moment. Cautiously optimistic.
Well, as far as trailers go,
put me in the mood to watch Blade Runner and The Matrix again, which can't be a bad thing, I guess. Yeah, that's it. Have you seen Kong, the trailer? I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one yet. But yes.
Watch the new one.
I'll put it on my list. I'll put it on my watch list.
It's about a 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
But it's absolutely fantastic. Like it sets the tone and everything. King Kong looks awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, just that's one I'd say of trailers. Check that trailer out. It's worth your time. And the way it's filmed as well, like everything looks beautiful. So it'll be
on my list.
Well, anyway,
okay, Ryan. I'm afraid I've got to leave it there, unfortunately. Duty's call. So, yes. We'll try and pick it up again next week. I'll try my darndest. Okay. At the moment, there's nothing I have planned, so we should be able to pick it up next week, I hope. Okay. Yeah. I pray that we can get it next week. Yeah. All right. Okay. Nice to talk to you again and catch up. And yes, I'll catch the Kong trailer, and I won't order the Deadpool.
That's it. And have you checked out my video yet? The latest one, Rob, as well. The normal.
No, I wouldn't have checked it out yet. I think I checked out one of your videos.
That's all good.
Anyway, I'll do it through the week when I've got a bit more time. I'll get around to it. I will. I promise. Yes.
Yeah, that's no problem at all. Like I said. So, but so it's great chatting with you again. Like I said, if we can zoom in next week, that's great. Just let me know.
I just wish we.
And so thanks for watching.
Yes.
Yeah. That's it. And well, thanks for watching, guys.
Absolutely.
And we'll catch you next time. And it was great chatting with you again, Rob. It's good to be back on the chat again.
Absolutely.
So
we'll try and do it next week. We'll try and get it up next week as well. And in the run up to Christmas, lots of good things should be happening.
Yes, we'll do that. We'll definitely have a Christmas special as well, I reckon, somewhere down the line. And that should be good. Anyway, so we'll catch you later then, Rob and everybody, and
see you next week. Absolutely.
See you next week, and have a great week.
You too. Catch you later.
And see you later. See ya.